Hey, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Hey, good, good. All
Hi,
right.
Joe.
Hey, good to see you. All
Good to see you.
right. So
For
let me
having us.
no, well, thank you. Thank you. So here's what I'm doing. So I am now making you, so Michelle, I'm making you host, right?
Well, make Daniel
We
is
need
gonna be
Daniel
doing.
is right.
You want
Let's
He's
Daniel?
trying to come in right now. He was in the
Okay.
lobby.
Okay, when he's in, I'll make him host then.
Yeah, make him host and then I'm gonna be co-host because I'm gonna be answering chat and stuff.
Okay, then let me
And
make,
Harry, both of us.
all right. I added, so you're now a co-host. And then like I said, and they give it, people jump around. You'll see people, as you probably know, jump in and out and in and out, and let some people like to jump around and all that stuff. So, and then people are usually a few minutes late jumping in. Hey Daniel, how's it going? All right,
It's going well. How are you?
good, good. So here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make you host.
Okay.
So by making you host, you're gonna see right now your leave button just turned into an end button. So so if you were to leave the call, so don't hit the end button or it will end the thing. But you now have power to make other co-hosts. I already made Michelle co-host. You should be able to share screen and do everything. The recording is already going and it will go up to the platform automatically upon you pressing end. So you won't have to do anything except make sure you end the session, not just leave it, or else it will just keep on recording and recording.
Okay.
An empty room. And that's it. And that should be, and give it, like I said, it actually doesn't start for 5 minutes, but then note people do jump in and out and around. So I would give it 3 to 5 minutes before you actually start. Just chit chat and, kind of let it go as it goes. And then we'll see you all. So I'm gonna go make sure the other rooms are good.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Michelle, does it look like I have on my lipstick? No, right?
It does.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to change you to host, Michelle?
No, because you're presenting I'm a
Oh, right.
co-host. I'm a co-host.
You want to? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're the one sharing your screen, right?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Hmm.
Good. I just went to lunch and everyone was having cocktails. I'm like, fuck.
It's being recorded.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I didn't have any cocktail.
Aha. Where'd you guys go?
I'm here.
Okay. Video, right?
Yeah.
Then we come back, we talk about the parts and pieces.
Okay.
Welcome, Andy.
Hi there. Looks like I'm an early one to join, aren't I?
Yes,
Yes.
Or you're on time.
love it,
One of the two.
love it.
Where are you from?
I'm in a very cold and wintry Calgary, Canada right now.
Ooh, that does
It's,
sound cool.
Yeah, it's this morning was minus 26 degrees. So
Ooh,
Yes.
brutal.
We're all from California, so that is not a,
yeah,
we're all
That doesn't
shivering to
compute.
the bone.
It does not compute.
No.
I've been to Calgary.
But so if you spit, does it freeze before it hits the ground?
yeah,
I mean, I imagine.
yeah. My dog can stand about 30 seconds outside, which is just enough time for him to do his thing and then runs back in.
Oh, poor baby. Yeah, that's cold. Well, we appreciate you joining. I think we'll wait a few more minutes. A couple people on, but.
Is it raining out by you, Michelle?
It's about to, about,
It's really been storming here all morning.
yeah, we've got about 40-mile-an-hour winds though.
Oh,
And it's coming, it's supposed to start raining about 2.
Perfect.
Mhm.
perfecto.
Sounds great.
Until Sunday, right? And
Yeah.
then again on Monday and Tuesday.
I don't know. What do you think?
We'll give it a few more minutes, I would think.
Wait until like 1:05
Yep.
or whatever, 2:05, 4:05, depending on the time zone.
Stay off the 405, it's flooding.
Hmm.
All right, I'm just kicking everybody out of the other room, so give it a minute or two here.
Okay.
We are the last on a Friday, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes that's right before the happy hour. So
Well, that's what I was thinking. They'll stay around just for that.
This is the first time we've done a Friday. We usually have done a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But it was thought, let's try Friday, see how it goes. You never know.
Yeah.
We've got the whole Yamaha crew here.
Oh boy.
We're waiting. Gina, did you want to say hi and meet Joe officially? You haven't met him yet. There we go. And he's already met Laura, so.
Hey. All right. And just make sure people are around. Give me one sec. People are still hanging out in the other room. I gotta kick people out. Kicking people out here. And let's see. all the fun of doing 3 computers here. I'm seeing managing all of this. Check this one. All right, people are leaving. People are leaving. Give it a second here and they'll jump. There. I just thought, you know, I'm going to close the other room. That's the easiest way to make people quit talking over there. Let's see.
Joe, I logged on the other night because Anthony Papa Michael, it's my uncle. And I was like so excited to hear him play, but then, you know, I was like waiting. I felt so bad it wasn't working and I had that jump. And then he texted me right after and he's like, "Did you catch it? It was awesome." And I was like, "No."
He
But
did so good. That was
I know.
like so amazing. Like
I mean,
so amazing.
I was like, what were they expecting? Like he's just, you know, pretty incredible. So
Mhm.
hopefully you guys will let him do it again.
Oh, absolutely. I said I'm gonna see him on Sunday. So I was like,
Yeah, he
I
told
wonder if
me.
we're out somewhere he can play. That would be amazing.
I know, it's funny. It's like either it's like super casual, just kind of picking on the guitar, or it's like, you know, full on next level stuff
Yeah.
with him.
All right, we got Craig hopping in. All right. I see people leaving the other room here.
I'm actually going to be in a vehicle soon, so I'll be passively participating, safely participating.
There we go. There we go. See it now that's maybe that's the thing is now that the conference goes long, you know, as the days go on, jumping from room to room is, you know, a little slower, right? So there we go. So we're probably good to go. And like I said, you've got recording power. So we'll like I said, as people jump in and out of rooms, but everything will be posted in the next week so that, you know, everyone can watch all of the sessions since they're in all different rooms.
Terrific.
And there we go. Feel
Great.
free to, you're probably
Okay.
good. Have more jump. I'm sure others will jump in and out.
Okay, well, thank you, Joe. And thank you very much for letting us be a part of the HETMA. We are Yamaha Unified Communications. We're really thrilled to be here and to participate in the HETMA community. We provide audio and video conferencing solutions for, you know, Zoom, Teams, Google, and sort of any other soft codec you can use for conferencing. Our solutions portfolio includes the Adesia microphone family of products with ceiling, wired, and wireless tabletop mics. And we also have USB conference phones and all-in-one video sound bars. And, you know, we've had a really great amount of success in the education space, especially since launching the Adesia family of products, which we'll take you through today. So the alignment here with HETMA is a great fit. And like I said, we're just super stoked about it. I think the biggest differentiator in terms of what Yamaha brings to the table, and we'll go into it in a little bit more detail, is just the ease of use, the automation, you know, sort of out of box turnkey functionality for, you know, really Yamaha grade quality audio that really the world has become accustomed to. So my name is Mary Lang. I am the regional sales manager here in the West. I cover 12 Western states and Western Canada. I've been with Yamaha Unified Communications for 6 years, and I'm your primary contact, at least in those 12 Western states. I have counterparts around the country. But for, anything sales, marketing, or business related, and really your point person for anything on the technical side as well. And then I connect you with the appropriate people for, technical support, pre-sales and post-sales. Michelle Baeza is here. She will be monitoring, the chats. She's our director of strategic partnerships and business development. So Michelle's responsible for working with our other vendor partners and expanding our use cases and really just helping increase the value to our customers. She's also responsible for our presence here today and working with Joe. And so we're thrilled. And Daniel Clayman, finally, he's my senior systems engineer. He partners with me and another rep. He really kind of covers almost the whole country, as well as Canada. He's got 33 years of experience in the AV industry. So really knows his stuff. The last 11 years, he's been working as a field applications engineer with Yamaha UC, providing specialized support to our integrators and customers and even vendor partners, with everything from design to implementation and support of Yamaha solutions. So Daniel is an excellent resource, and he's always delighted to assist. And he's also going to be doing all the heavy lifting in this call. He'll take you through the products. And so actually with that, I will turn it over to Daniel.
Thanks, Mary.
You're sure welcome.
And welcome, everybody. I'm not going to do this as a kind of a death by PowerPoint. So I'm using PDFs so that I can jump around and be more dynamic in this presentation. It really should be more conversational. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them, and I will stop whatever I'm doing and answer them the best I can. So we're really going to talk today about what Yamaha UC has done to change the conference space and distance learning. So we're going to start with a little overview of what Yamaha, what our focus is, and a little bit about what our history is and how we got here. So, we've been talking about audio and IT converging for, my entire career, but I think Yamaha has really done it this time and hit it out of the park. So how we got there with the algorithms and technology that is in the Odessia system really was born here in Hamamatsu, Japan, where we have various disciplines that are all housed in the same building. And when I say that, I mean the network engineers that build our network products, the large venue engineers that build the consoles for live events, and home theater, even the commercial YCA or the commercial audio part of our company, as well as the residential and home theater engineers. And they put these things together here in Hamamatsu, Japan. You're looking at the largest anti-echo chamber in the world. And so this is kind of a museum, a march through time, where they highlight some of the products that have brought us to where we are today. So the residential market helped with the automatic audio tuning functionality that is a hallmark in Yamaha audio processing, and especially at the heart of Odessia. So these 6 sound processing features that you're looking at on the left are found in most products that are focused on conferencing. So most of them have AEC and AGC, which is automatic gain control. It levels the voices to the far end so that they sound similar for a soft talker or a loud talker. And automatic room EQ, that's what we do best by listening to we sample the room. So that's part of the automatic audio tuning functionality. What all this kind of means is that you don't have to do any programming to this. You can, but there is a 5-step process that you run through to get your system up and running, where you don't really do much except for do some mouse clicks, and we'll look at that in just a little bit. So Yamaha really has changed the game, and that if you're familiar with most spaces, combine and divide spaces or auditoriums or classrooms, that usually takes a lot of programming at a DSP, which is really a big mixing console like you're seeing here in a small box. And then so all of those faders and ramps and sliders are kind of put down into a small box that is called the DSP. And that requires a lot of programming and know-how to do that, and a very talented audio engineer. We have boiled that down with world-class audio with just a few mouse clicks. So what you're seeing here on the left is an example of a student union in Oregon, Southern Oregon, the bottom right corner of it, so the eastern part. This is Oregon Institute of Technology. That's a system that I designed there. And that was a very difficult ceiling to go into, but this space is really, really large. As you can imagine, it does combine and divide, and houses lots of folks for speeches and things like that. This is a partial list of our higher ed accounts. And as you can see, it's quite extensive. And I would say, I don't know, 50% of these I've been involved in. So, I really cut my teeth in 2020 on during the pandemic. The higher ed is who first was the early adopters for Yamaha Dacia products. So if you see anybody that you might know, or a college that you might know on this list, don't hesitate to reach out to somebody that you know there and ask them how that went. But so right now, let's stop sharing this for a second, just so I can show you the space that I'm in. And it's very small. It's got a hardwood floor. It has it was built in 1928, and it's very reverberant. And so if you're not hearing reverb on the other end, then that is the power of a Dacia, because I haven't really done very much to it other than let it sample the room itself, and then it EQs the mics and the speakers. So I'm going to play a video now, because this space really can't show off the power of the range of the pickup pattern. This is just a small 10 by 10 room that I'm sitting in. I have a ceiling mic over here, and I am currently talking to you on a gooseneck that is right in front of me, and you can see that element right there. So this video was made two years ago when we first started shipping the ceiling mic, and Tim Mackey is the person that does our content. He's out of Austin, Texas, and he has a motorcycle garage that he works out of there that is 50 by 30, which is 1,500 square feet of garage space. Also a really hard place to mic. And he's going to walk us through a demonstration of automatic gain and how far he can get from the microphone and still be heard really well. He does make a statement in the video that where he says that we will be certified. Yeah. Thanks, Mary. We will be certified on Teams and Zoom as soon as we can, but that's in the rearview mirror. We've been certified for quite a while, and we can talk about our partnerships there at the end of this as well. So without further ado, we will play Mr. Mackey's video. Oops.
Hi, my name is Tim Mankey, and I'm a field systems engineer with Yamaha Unified Communications. And today I'd like to go over briefly with you the new Odessia system. In fact, I'm talking to you on it now in my 30 by 50 workspace / home office garage here in Austin, Texas. Let's take a quick look at the components, because the Odessia system is truly game-changing in that everything is powered over an Ethernet PoE plus switch. It's truly plug and play. It's auto configuration, auto discovery. All of the routing and audio streams are set up automatically using Dante on the back end, as well as having a very elegant input-output device to interface with USB, codecs, and many other interfaces as well, including Bluetooth and SIP. So you plug everything together using Cat5 cables, and then you open up a quick GUI and you walk through a 5-step process where it's going to play pink noise, automatically tuned for this room and this environment. There is absolutely no configuration for the microphone or the system beyond that. It will literally pick up beautifully anybody in this area up to about a 25-foot space if you mount it at about a 9-10 foot height in a typical drop ceiling like we see here. So I'm going to show you it here in my environment right now. Here is the microphone above my head. It is fully interoperable too. I'm recording this with Zoom, and I'm going to go ahead and mute, and you'll be able to notice the LED turn red and pulse slowly as I mute it. And we have that interoperability with just about every platform. We will be certified with Zoom and Teams as quick as we can, but again, know that this is fully compatible with those platforms and every other one right now as well. And check this out. That's the entire system over here in my rack unit to my left. I've thrown a couple of Matchbox cars up in here just to give you some frame of reference. This is actually one U high for each unit and half a rack U wide. There's your Bluetooth pairing button. We also have some XLR inputs, so you can do some local sound reinforcement and town hall meetings within the room as well. So now let's pan out and take a quick look, and hello, here I am in this environment. And as you can see, I'm sitting underneath the Odessia microphone right now. And as I said, the equipment is in a rack over to my left. So I've set up this temporary area in my workshop. And for reference, this door behind me is 14 feet by 14 feet. The walls are 16 feet by 16 feet. And with the Odessia mic, it's got a dynamic beam locked onto me. And any other participant in the room who starts to speak up and participate in the conference would get their own beam on them as well. And the beauty of this is we have other technologies like de-reverberation, automatic gain control, and speaker tracking. So I can actually get up and move around this room, and this beam's going to stay locked onto me as I move around. I may be presenting in this area or getting around and looking at some blueprints or whatever reason I'm moving around the room. I may want to sit down in this location right here. Measured this, I'm now 12 feet from the microphone from right here. I'm using a fisheye lens, so it may look a little odd for those distances, but here's an example of the automatic gain control. I'm now going to start to talk very, very quietly. In fact, I'm going to whisper. I am literally 12 feet away from this microphone, whispering. And now I'm going to slowly bring my voice back up to normal level, to a normal speaking level. And you'll see that was an example of the gain control. Now, the speakers themselves are very elegant. They're 2 inches by 4 inches by 44 inches. And they do mount flush on the wall, so they're fully ADA compliant. But again, 16.5-inch drivers with amplifier section built in, and everything powered from a single Cat5 cable. Phenomenal. What's interesting is these speakers are only 9 dB down at 40 feet away. So I can have a comfortable listening level in this entire environment without blowing anyone away. I never would have thought of line array speakers until Yamaha introduced the VXLs for conferencing. So I'm going to back up now to about 17 feet away where my fridge is. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and open the door and step outside. The beam is still locked onto me and tracking me. So now I'm literally outside my shop, and now I'm gonna whisper. So I'm literally outside whispering, and it's picking me up perfectly. So I should be able to now bring my voice back up and step into the building and walk pretty much anywhere in this shop and be heard very, very well. So that's an example of the Audacia system in a live environment. If you'd like to know more about this system, variations on the theme, and other systems like this from Yamaha, please visit us at uc.yamaha.com. Thank you very, very much. Have a great day, everybody.
What do y'all think of that? Or do you have comments or questions about what you just saw?
I guess not. At the moment anyway, unless people are
There is-
asking a bunch of
that-
questions, but
Can
they're
you look
muted.
in- There's like 5 in the chat. 5 questions.
Oh, yeah, we're answering those questions.
Okay.
I was like, that demo was very self-explanatory for how well it was tracking. So that was nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good, good.
All right. So let's get back.
Now, does that have priority? Say if you put it in a classroom and you have a student sitting in the back talking very loud and a faculty member up front talking very low, will it pick up the student or the faculty member?
So you can tell it what to do if you wish. So there are 4 active beams or dynamic beam forming. There's 64 miniature mics in a spiral pattern. And there's 4 beams at any one time that are being sent to the far end. So you can exclude, you can focus, and you can restrict everything. The area, you can focus on an area, and I'll show you what I've done in this room for that reason, to give it priority. So the parts and pieces, as you were saying, it is self-explanatory in that everything goes together with category 5E and up as far as the cables. And these are the family members. We have the ceiling microphones, the wired tabletop RMTT microphones, and then we have the wireless family member as well. Everything plugs into the network switch. So the microphones have a home run to the switch. The wireless access point has a home run to the switch. And then the RMCR, that signal processor, it's really your interface box. So the algorithms for conferencing are in the microphones themselves. There's 2 channels that are coming out of it, one processed or not, when you select low latency. So that means that you can turn these things off and on very easily. The rounded out, we have line array speakers that Tim was talking about that had the 45-foot throw distance with only 9 dB of variance over that distance. So I can show you the interface right now, actually, and we can look at the ceiling restriction and focus area. So when you log into this device manager, a wizard comes up, and all of the pieces or the family members that the RMCR or the wireless access point have this auto setup wizard that you can run, and it sets it up for you, and it's telling you what it's doing as you're going along. So in this case, excuse me, I'm going to do something really quick so that I don't throw myself off. I'm going to remove the wireless mic from this exercise.
Daniel, a question had come in. What if there's an issue when you're doing the audio tuning with the auto tuning? Is there a way to adjust that?
Do you mean if it sounds, you don't like how it sounds? Then yes. You can go into the microphones themselves so like here's the ceiling microphone. And now I'm talking right into the ceiling mic itself. I can change its LED settings. I can, here's all of its information. Its network information. And then if you kind of scroll down here, we've got the area of restriction, focus, and exclusion. Here's the auto mixing. And then there's a other page on the RMCR that we can look at too, that has gating, gain sharing, and mixing. And then down here, we have gain, AEC, noise reduction, and all of these things have just little informational bubbles that are really helpful. And it tells me what that algorithm is doing and whether I want to turn it off or not. So I currently have AGC turned off in my space. I think I was demonstrating it to somebody the other day. And then you can do things like turn off the algorithm just by enabling low latency, which turns all the processing off. So let me explain what's going on here. When this originally looked like this when I started, this is that 25-foot square that Tim was talking about. This is a representation of my room, and that ceiling mic I hung in the alcove so that I can do this demonstration. This, if I bring it down, represents about a 10 by 10. And then this focus area is where I'm sitting because my back is always to that ceiling mic. So I have a focus set on me so that I always have a dedicated beam on me. We have a lot of metadata here. There's the most, I believe, of all the manufacturers. We have really 5 values, I believe it is. Angle, azimuth, ceiling height, and the distance whether the talker is sitting down or standing up. And so if I wanted to exclude something, like I might want to do it by the door, over by the door where my cat sits and whines sometimes, but everything kind of operates on human voice activity. So far, people really don't seem to hear him. But if they did, I could exclude a whiny roommate or something like that. So just simply by enabling those areas, you can drag and drop them, expand the area, move the area around. Very intuitive interface. There's detail here. If you want to get do measurements, which is in meters or in feet, and you can do the whole area, focus areas and exclusion areas by values. Then,
Daniel,
yeah.
I'm not sure when a good time is to bring it up, but I thought it might be important to address how we handle combine and divide spaces. Maybe you have that somewhere. In
Oh,
your
sure.
presentation.
So there's 10 presets in the RMCR that you can recall for combine and divide rooms. So that's really more of a system drawing. Let's see here. Okay, like this. So the RMCR has a 16 by 16 Dante backbone. And so that just means there's 16 inputs and 16 outputs. And you can mix and match all of the family members. It doesn't matter what style that is. It's just the 16 by 16. So I can do 16 tabletop microphones. I can do 8 wireless. Each wireless access point has 8 channels. So it's decked in and Dante out. And so I can do 16 of those. Those are discrete. And then I can do 14 ceiling mics in these environments. if I had an ABC or an AB room or ABCD room, I can simply, when I'm doing the auto tuning and I'm just doing the auto discovery, save those each as a preset when you are doing combine and divide. So I really will show, I've got to show you the kind of the wizard again to describe that. So here in auto setup, if I hit this button, it's going to go out and find all of the family members that are attached to that switch that everybody is talking to. So it'll go out and grab everybody, and then you can select one room to be the host and the others to be listening or participating, and then just save it as a preset. I believe there are 10 presets that you can do. So you could do up to a 10-room combine and divide, which I don't think I've ever seen before. But so you're seeing here, it's grabbed. This is the speaker here. Here's a tabletop microphone. Here's a ceiling microphone. And it would just grab all of the rest of them in a combine and divide as well. And then you can save that as a preset in your configs, which is here. Okay. So back to the auto wizard. You can step through these by enabling all and searching, and it's already found all of these. So I'm just hitting skip and then next. And it's just telling you everything that you need to know as you're kind of doing your mouse clicks. So this is the check your firmware version to make sure everybody is up to date. And it looks like I have happy campers right there. And then I get to this spot and it's asking me if I want to designate a left and a right speaker. And sure I do. And how do I figure that out? Well, there's little light bulbs next to the model numbers, and I can just click on that and look over, and sure enough, that's my left speaker that is blinking. And so I go to the next slide, and this is where we do automatic audio tuning. It's going to sample the room and then EQ it for its considering its properties or what it measured. There, it'll EQ the microphone and it'll EQ the speakers. You don't have to use the line array speakers. In fact, there's a little button here. If you're using an amplifier with distributed audio instead of the line arrays, you just click that button and it will reference those for echo cancellation in the far end. That whole 5-step process there takes 5 minutes to do. Does the automatic routing, does the room sampling of the environment, and then does the EQing as well. If there is, as you say, need for doing any adjustments, you can go 2 different ways. And here we have anything that is in purple. This is just following the signal flow of all of the inputs and outputs. So we've got Bluetooth, auxiliary in, voice over IP. This does have a SIP stack in it. USB. We've got 2 XLRs on the front for voice lift straight into the product. It's great for having a handheld or a lavalier mic right into the front of the RMCR. And then you have a full stack of processing that you can adjust and get involved with. I haven't done anything with this because I don't have anything plugged into it. Here is, you can route or channelize your Dante inputs in an auto mix setting. There's, if you do plug in microphone, here's, it's always set to automatic ducking. That would also give priority. You would need to turn that off. So if you plug in something to the XLR input, it's already going to take priority over the audience or the student microphone. Here's the way that the mix bus here is, here's all the interfaces: Bluetooth, auxiliary, SIP, USB, analog. You just can't route it to itself, but you can route anything anywhere. And then here's how my system EQ'd my room. It's right here on this 6-band EQ. And that's the detail part of that. So if you were wanted to get involved with more in depth, you can go right directly into the peripheral view and adjust the ceiling mic, which was where we were originally when I showed you the restriction zones. So that's where you can do these settings here, but it's below this enabled restriction zones: input gain, AEC, noise reduction, de-reverb, automatic gain control, which you might want to turn off in classrooms to keep, for students might be having conversations with AGC on. You noticed that it picked him up when he was whispering. But again, you can do focus areas, and I have some slides for that too, if we have enough time. So I think that's enough detail on the interface. What do you think, Mary?
Daniel, we had a question. It says, what about the web interface? Is it one account or can you have multiple accounts? And can I link it with IDAP?
So it just, you said you're in control.
LDAP, sorry.
So yeah, LDAP for voice over IP, that would be, I believe, getting the directory of your contacts or the rooms that you would call. Yes, that is, it works a lot like our other voice over IP products in Yamaha UC, which is originally was a Flex 2. We had it in the CS700 as well. So it works similar to those if you are familiar with those products. So again, here is where you would want to adjust anything. Like I put my de-reverb to high because of the acoustics in this room. So let's take a look at some real world installations. This Western Oregon University started out as a public university in Monmouth. It's by Corvallis in Oregon, Central Oregon, I guess that is. And it's had a couple different names. The team there was very AV savvy, and they did their own Crestron programming. They did their own DSP programming. And this was a huge time saver for them, and worked really well in their environment. This was a Trox.com, or what is it? It's Bloom now. Company won these awards. They did the Oregon Institute of Technology as well. And Nathan Sauer at Western Oregon outfitted all of these different rooms. It says his equipment stack. Super easy to program when you have an RMCR. If you want to take the RMCR out of the mix, the APIs are there for you to do string control if you are so inclined to do your own programming like they did here at Western. And then we have as well the University of Arizona. This was also a system or project that I was involved with Zachary Chapman there, the senior systems administrator. And they were redoing their AV technology. This was also at the height of the pandemic. Interestingly, at the University of Arizona, we we started with Zach in the engineering and IT. And then I think we went to architectural school, and now we are doing the medical, or we're talking to the medical school about Adesia solutions for their environments. And none of those schools knew about the other one before they approached us. So it's just been kind of a funny project with University of Arizona being right on the campus and having Adesia installed and not knowing about it. But so, it's Zach, is just reinforcing what everybody is saying about it felt like a plug and play system, that because it was so easy to install. He was using Barco ClickShare, Aver 530 cameras, Kramer control, Kramer Room Manager, things like that. Using the lecture recording software called Panopto. Not familiar with that. But the instructor is able to immediately start a class with either a room laptop, a BYOD environment, or the recording software each time. This
Daniel?
Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, could you just sort of highlight quickly how the Adesia works with the Barco?
Sure. So it
That's what
needs
they're
to
doing
be, it needs to be the conference versions of the Barco, which is the CX 20, 30, and 50. But you just plug in. So on the back of the RMCR, there is some inputs and outputs right here. So this is the front where we have the XLRs and Bluetooth interface and your SIP stack. And then on the back, you really would just go into the input on the Barco out of the Adesia. You can go USB or analog or Dante. Those are the interfaces and choices for signaling pathways. The network side over here is where you would want to interface with it for management, remote control, call managers, things like that. You can go in and just separate the networks for these environments. You would want it on a VLAN and not mixing with multicast signaling. But for presentations, it's USB or analog straight in. All of these signals are mono-redundant because we are doing conferencing. You can, with a Dante controller, open up a Dante controller and look and see what the Dante routes are and what is available to you. The speakers themselves actually have multiple Dante inputs that are EQ'd differently. So you can get in, everything has a WebSocket. It's all just web-based UI. There's no special software that you need. There's nothing proprietary like that. You can just get in and do those things to the devices if you are so inclined. And then the same thing with the line array speakers. The first channel is optimized for voice because that's what we're doing is conferencing. So they are EQ'd in the mid-range for the human voice, which is a hallmark here at Yamaha. The sound waves disperse very little on a vertical plane. There's a specific height that you want the speakers to be mounted at, and it doesn't make sense for a lot of different environments like that might have drop-down screen and projector style displays. Oftentimes those they already have distributed audio in the ceiling in those environments, which we can take advantage of. You can also mount them in different ways if you need it If you can't get it down to the level of a seated listener, there's a cantilever mount that you can get for it, or tripod for. You can have one of these be mobile, even a mobile system that goes around to different environments that need conferencing in ad hoc environments, such as a student union. They're also paintable. They come in black and white, but you can certainly paint them, and you can also paint the grill of the ceiling mic. So that is the wheelhouse here of the system, is 16 by 16 Dante backbone, mix and match of the ceiling mics, tabletop wired mics, and the wireless mics. At this heart of it is the signal processor, which we call the RMCR. Those are you've got to have that kind of core there. But the network switch, you can certainly go into one of your own. These are just PoE plus and PoE standards. So the microphones are all drawing 15. The RMCR and the line array speakers are 30 watts each, or 25.5, but we count 30. So that's really all you need to know about the network switch. It's a layer 2 unmanaged switch with gigaspeed. It is important to point out that we partner with a lot of other manufacturers. We are agnostic, really, in the way that we approach the market, in that we make quality products, and it is always very focused on audio generally. So we partner really well with all of these people that you see here. The Microsoft Teams room, we have Lenovo has a bundle with us, and Aver. I think I have another slide about that. Barco, we've been partners with Barco for as long as we've been around, doing this in the UC space. Immersive, we just had a event with D10 in the Bay Area that was awesome. Bolin Technology just came up with, released, I believe, a video and audio Dante bridge that we partnered with them on. So it was really, oops, I think it's on the other slide. Sorry. Here we are. Hybrid, room ready, ceiling and tabletop solution. This is Zoom and Microsoft Teams. So you can do Zoom rooms and MTRs with these bundles.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Anybody? I don't see any more. We just got some questions about availability, which we have. Everything's in stock, and our distributors are well stocked. So, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Daniel. We're both on the HETMA website. With any projects you want to discuss, or any questions you might have, any further questions.
Are you sending out demo units possibly, or how does that work with you guys?
We do. We have a couple of different options for demo units. So if you are actually working with a customer and you really want to test it before you put it in, I always like to recommend you go with the try and buy option, which is basically means the reseller gets it through the distributor on a 30-day trial period. If the customer likes it, they keep it. Everyone's invoiced. If they don't like it, they return it.
Okay.
I can send you demo units directly. That's a little bit trickier because we have a limited demo pool, and sometimes you're in a waiting line. And regardless of whether or not you like it, it has to come back to me.
Mhm.
But those are the two options available. So yes,
All right, thank you.
I'm going to type my email address in the chat just to make sure, you know, everybody has that.
It might be good to mention here as well that I do remote commissioning.
Mhm.
We'll do remote training, sometimes on-site training. It just depends on what the need is and what kind of project we're working on. But there are 3 of me across the country, so you don't have to
They've been
rely
chiming
just
in.
on me. Yes. There's other people that do that as well. We're very interfacing. We're very easy to work with in that manner.
Yep. You know, I think another thing that I didn't mention at the beginning of the call, but I would say, you know, one of our greatest differentiators is our support. The support that is provided by both our sales engineering team and our technical support team. They're very, very responsive, quick turnaround, and you know, just passionate about getting you the help you need. So keep that in mind. It's hard to come by these days. Good support, good service, no matter which industry or field you're in.
Right.
So thank you again, everybody. It's a pleasure. We're really excited, like I said, about being part of this organization. And I've left contact information in the chat. You can also find us on the HETMA site. And, you know, we look forward to working with you and supporting you on projects.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, that's a wrap. I guess, Daniel, you're
It is.
left to turn off the recording.
Yes, I can turn off the recording and end the session.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Michelle.
Talk to
Over
you
in
soon.
the happy hour.
Thanks, Troy.
See you in the happy hour.
Now, big announcements, right? Okay.
Right.
Thanks, Michelle.